What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to National Sports Chat. Thank y'all for tuning in. Today, I will have a special guest with me, Coach. He been on here before. Last time he was on here, hey, if y'all can hear me, man, make sure y'all press one. We just waiting on Coach. Hey man, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button before y'all come in. Okay, so y'all said one. Like I said, man, we got Coach coming in. If y'all been here before, when I had Coach on, man, y'all know this cat is hilarious. He's a very honest individual. He's gonna tell you like it is. He's not gonna say what you want to hear. He's gonna tell you what he feel and what he need to know. And this gentleman, it's been too long before came back. And then also tomorrow we'll be having Z on here again. Z wanted to come back, and then a lot of other individuals requested for him to come back on. So we'll be having Z on tomorrow, and we'll be talking a little bit about some of the game. I don't know if y'all seen the ABA game, but that was, I'm not gonna get too deep in it, but this is Coach G right now. Hey, Coach Jones, how you doing? All right, you on already? Join, press join. On the stream on my channel or join as a guest? Yeah, the link should have. Let it access his camera and just press join the room. Yeah. So yeah, once you hit the stream, it should definitely take you to where you just type your name in and then join it. But yeah, man, we got some people waiting on you, Coach. Wait for you to get into the building. On my channel. Let me see this shit right here. All right. We should be up and running. Username. Yeah, so while they waiting on you, man, I'll be definitely talking to them just a little bit about. I don't know if any of y'all seen the ABA game. If so, I believe that we was definitely robbed out of a potential great game because the officiate was terrible. But I'm not gonna talk too much about it. We gonna definitely just touch on it just a little bit. But hey, man, if y'all was at that game, definitely was a great game for ABA. I believe that Falcons United is still a good team. Yeah, you should be coming on. I think he had to allow you to come on. Oh yeah, when you get in, you should already pop in. All right. But yeah, man, back to the ABA game, man. Like I say, we was definitely robbed out of potential legendary game. As far as historic wise, both teams are good. They evenly matched. They both good on defense. Pretty much, I say I'm gonna go on a limb to say that ABA has one of the best front lines and linebackers in the nation. I'm gonna just go out there and say that. Secondary, I believe that it can be improved upon, but I believe that they have some of the coldest front line that you can play against. And number 15 is just an animal. Like y'all probably gonna need at least 2 or 3 players to guard him. I mean, he may not look like he's one of the players that that you'll want to, pretty much double team, but it's necessary because that cat hit hard. I seen him do something that I haven't seen yet, But yeah, man, we gonna get into the stream. We're gonna get into the stream right now. So we about to go into the intro. Y'all stay tuned. You said it's starting. Hey, welcome to National Sports Chat. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all all special because, like I said, man, y'all don't even have to be here. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all know I got Coach, and y'all know if anything that y'all want to say, leave in the comment section. Y'all know I definitely read them out and give you your shine. Like I said, I always appreciate when y'all tune in and when y'all comment. That makes the live even that much more better. If y'all got anything that y'all want to ask the coach, make sure that y'all ask them. And if y'all got anything that y'all want me to see, or if it's a game that y'all have questions about, make sure you guys leave it in the comment section. I'll read it. Also, a little bit later, if you want to get on for the telephone, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can, like, we'll leave a link on in the caption, and y'all can call that and get on if y'all would like. So, yeah, man, just let me know who's in the building. Appreciate y'all tuning in like always. And like I said earlier, if y'all know Coach Jones, y'all know y'all gonna get the truth, straightforward. Ain't no sugarcoating anything, which is why I believe some of y'all are here just to hear what he got to say. We're gonna ask a variation of questions, just so you guys can not only just be here, but be also entertained, and just also get some type of enlightenment. So like I said, man, appreciate y'all being here. Before we get started, go ahead and hit the like button. But Coach Jones is here. We just waiting to bring him in. He said we can't see you. Okay, y'all can see me now, right? Hey, Coach. You're not in the camera. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Uh, you can't see me? Yeah. So the string, hey, string, can y'all see us? Can y'all see me and Coach? We're gonna see if they see us. Okay. They said they can. Oh, you can't hear Coach?
All
Hey,
right, go ahead and
Coach,
knock him
did you
out.
access your
Get that call right
microphone?
back. I'm on Face Zoom right quick. I'm gonna give you a call right back. Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, audience, can y'all hear him? Okay. All right, cool. Hey, you good, coach? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah. All right, so I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me now, coach? Hey, coach, can you refresh? We can't hear coach right now, man. Some is going on, I guess, with his mic. He about to come back into the live stream. So hey man, what y'all want to talk about until coach get back in? Cause I don't know. You go to the chat section. All right, so I definitely asked him that question. So David said y times 5 times 5. Let me see. Yeah. 10U. It said the raspberry 10, you chop it up. It says, what do y'all think about ABA gonna do this year? I think ABA is gonna have a successful season this year. I think they're not that far off. I'd say me being there and seeing it, I believe that one of the things that needs to be worked on is the focus. If they can stay focused throughout the duration of the game, they have a chance to beat any team. I haven't had a chance to see St. Louis, but that's a team that I'm not worried about because they're always good. They still got the same coaching. They had that camaraderie with each other, so they're going to always be in it. So the team that people need to stop overlooking, though, is the Steelers. They went 5-0, and they play all good teams. They just beat RDU 13-19. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if y'all want to see a good team, make sure y'all also see you can see me now, coach?
Yeah, I can see you now. We good.
All right, cool. All right, man. Hey, man, like I say, hit the like button before we get started, man. I appreciate everybody that stayed in here. You know, y'all had every chance to leave and reason to leave, but y'all stayed in here. A lot of it is because y'all want to see what coach has to say. And welcome back, coach. Appreciate you coming.
Appreciate you for having me again, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, man. It's all love. You know that. What you been up to?
Nothing, man. Just, chilling, watching, being a observer this year, man, like an offensive analysis and watching the game from afar. Watching Coach Twan that's at College Park over there with my son and the talent that he has. And just been watching a lot of guys, Sean Moffitt come out of retirement, watching RDU get better, and watching Coach over at Rare Breed, Coach Mark doing some different things that he got going on. And I wish I could see some other teams outside of 285 to see what they got going on, because we here in Atlanta, Georgia, we be so locked in on 285 and don't understand that there's people down in Valdosta, Athens, up in Dawsonville, Dalton, that can play football just like us. So that's what I've been focusing on, man. You see, I got that Buford on representing that KJ tonight, man. My buddy's the linebacker coach. He gave me some gear, being on the powerhouse team, man. And I'm just thankful that somebody take the time out to still respect coach and still listen to what coach had to say.
Right. Yeah. Now I feel it. I think they actually have a great season ahead of them. I know you said you want to see other teams outside of the 285, but hey, we gotta look at the 285, man. Who you feel like is in the running towards winning it, like right now, as you look at your eye test?
Well, right now it's pretty wide open because it's really gonna come down to coaching, man, and putting the kids in the right position so they can be successful. You have Falcon United. They're strong with Sean Moffitt. He's going to always have his team ready to play, but they haven't been battle tested. When they played RDU, they was able to come away falling short that night. I think it was getting a lot of bugs out the offense and defense and learning a lot of the guys. Then RDU was such on a high note when Coach Mark came to play him that night and knocked him back down to sense, letting them know that you can be beat. And if you don't prepare your kids that you can be beat at any point of time. College Park, we're looking okay. They need to go back into the blueprint of things and seeing what would be the right fit for the program and for the offense that they're trying to run. And I think there'll be some late contenders coming in. It's still early because you'd ever notice early in the season, a lot of people throwing the ball, dink and dunk here, and it's looking real pretty. But we all know that what wins championship is running the ball and controlling the line of scrimmage up front. And so that's what you got to be able to do. And if you look around the league, they have a lot of elusive quarterbacks. Look at the quarterback play. It's a lot of elusive quarterbacks. Here you're showing us against Falcon United here. Where we got to control the front. You got to be able to block 13, Cato. He's a SEC type kid that's going to be a Georgia, Florida type guy. Man's son, real good right there coming out. He's a great kid. Of course, Flash will always be up front and the front runner for one of the top kids being talked about in the country. So with Sean got a lot of guys. We got the same amount of kids over at College Park. I think the kids at College Park haven't been battle tested, unlike the kids that's at FU. As you look at the film here, we're being dominated up front, where you know that you got to be able to win up front to be successful. And that's the different things like that. I think once College Park
still play for them, right?
Yes, sir. Deuce Jones, he's number 5, still number 5.
Yeah. I was surprised that he wasn't playing the quarterback.
Yeah, well, right now we got they brought Cam in, and what Coach Twan is trying to do, that new offensive coordinator, and he's trying to get the right fit while preseason going on to see what to be the best fit for the team. So we'll let them make the judgment on that. I sit back and watch from afar and let them make the best judgment on that. But because at the end of the day, my thing is from any standpoint, and that that it's the word that's called EARN. And it comes with an IT, and it's called earning it. And at the end of the day, that's what people are judged on. That's what people are asked of, and that's what kids do as we work those camps for 247 Sports and Rusty Manziel. The kids want a chance to be able to earn their spot and earn their position and earn their ranking, and that's what it's all about. And I think Coach going to make the best decision on what he wants to do with the team and guide them in that way, Coach Twan. So I think he have a real insight toward that, because if you look around the league, what kind of quarterbacks do you see in the league at 10U?
Well, the one that's surprising to me is the quarterback that I said that was good. He had a lot of potential, which was number 2 for Rare Breeze. He is very mobile and he could throw the ball very well. So, like, to me, he's a dual threat. So that's one that I've seen for sure. And so outside of that, I did remember your son being that type of quarterback, so that's why it was kind of shocking to me when I didn't see him play the quarterback. But I do like Cam too, so I mean,
Right.
y'all got two options, so that's good.
You got two options, and that's what the coordinator is trying to figure out what will be the best fit. So you have those kind of systems where you play where you had the Jake Fromm, then you had the Justin Fields type situation. I think Sean will do a great job in figuring out what to be the best fit, because if you look around the league, the quarterbacks that's there, the quarterback at RDU, he can pin it down and run it. Trey over at Falcon United can pin it down and run it. And so that's what the league is going to, because when you have those guys coming off the edge, like a Thrasher and a Quan, and those guys over there at AJ, those guys over there at Rare Breed, you have the player of the year that we have Jonathan chasing you. So you got to be able to be able to throw and run it at the same time in our league, because we got so many great kids, so many kids up front. Cato, the kid Michael over there at Falcon United, and we have the kids that we have at College Park, Gino, and that new kid we just came in from Slidell. He's a sleeper that you're going to see. His name is number 21. He's pretty good. And I think that with the league changing now, if you look in the NFL, what they did, you didn't see a lot of Tom Brady's. You saw a lot of Lamar Jacksons coming out, those guys that can run and throw it, because of the guys up front. They run 4-4s and 4-5s on the D line. You got to be able to do something else besides just sit back there and be Tom Brady. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, so Coach, I didn't want this to go over people's head, right? You talked a little bit about earning. We talked on the phone a little bit prior to this. Elaborate a little bit more about what you mean about earning, about players earning.
Like you have the accolades of the guys that we have King, the kid that had 16 interceptions at DB, and I call that earning it. You had 16 picks. So that means you have earned the right to be the defensive player of the year, or DB of the year. A guy like Flash, he has put the hard work in and showed why he's one of the premier safeties. The guy AJ, that's over at RDU, the quarterback that's at RDU. Then you have the quarterback now that's at Rare Breed, that's showing you why he's there to be there. This is why I'm here. I'm showing you. So I'm a big person to put the camera on, and that'll show you everything that a kid can do. Because we can say what a kid can do, and we have favoritism what a kid can do. But once you put the camera on and push play, it's going to tell you everything about everything you want to ask about. And so a lot of people, that's why you have a lot of kids transferring, like the transfer portal in the NCAA, where you got a kid leaving this program, you got a kid transferring from this program. Oh, it's not a good fit for my son. When really they have to just go out there and earn their due. It can't be any golf playing, any coffee drinking. It has to be, hey man, I understand that, me and you are frat brothers or soror sisters or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, he has to earn his job.
Yeah, one of the if I had to give out an award right now for most improved, even though this kid been good for the duration that I've seen him play since Thorough, I would say Badger is the most improved. That guy has played so well, and he hit so hard, and I've seen him, play the safety position like never before now. And then number two, you got for Rare Breeds, like I said, when I mentioned the dual threat, he played for Rare Breed last year. They just didn't do well, but now he's a dual threat, and like he knows what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? He's not just forcing the pass. Are passing just to be passing. So those will be the two people that I would nominate, for most improved at this very moment.
Right. I would agree with you. I would agree with you wholeheartedly. The Badger, he works at it, man. His dad put so much time and effort in him, from education to being respectable, to being a young man, to be mannerable. Same thing with the Ribbery kid. Mark, I've been able to practice with Mark and go see what Mark does. That's why he's so successful, because he runs a system. And the system that he runs, it fits the quarterback of the system that he runs. And that's what coaches have to understand. What fits my system has to be for my system. It can't be what I want to fit in. I can't fit a triangle in a square box. You understand what I mean?
Absolutely.
So the kid has, man, he looks phenomenal at quarterback when College Park played him. He run the zone read to the T. He hit the RPOs when they was there. He gave it off when it was time to give it off. When it was time for him to pull it, he did his thing. When you see Badger, they got him down in the box this year, kind of like of a rover guy. You know what I mean? And so to me, that takes away from him because I can like line him up over here and try to run away from him. Unlike when he's at home at safety, he can see everything from a clear view and he can come downhill and hit and he can pick things off and be successful like he's been since he's been 4 years old. It's phenomenal to see kids that keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing each year and each time.
Yeah, shout out to Badger too, man, for winning the track. He been doing his thing on that too. So I definitely commend him on that because he's staying busy. And like I said, I've had a chance to meet his father, very stand-up guy, you know, means business and just want his child to, you know, put in 100% effort while he's out there. And you know, every parent asks for that. So you can't get upset for that, you know. Right. So I definitely commend those individuals. Hey, Coach, so I see you got that Buford on.
Right.
You know, do you intend on coaching for high school?
Yeah. No, I've stopped coaching high school. One of my tight friends is now the linebacker coach out there, and the things that they do at Buford, I just went out there a couple of days ago and watched them practice. KJ is a kid that comes from the inner city, and it's a few other kids I can't think of their name, but I'm just gonna harp on KJ because he was from the inner city. He played under Alexander in the ABA program. He left the ABA program when he went to middle school and started out there at Buford. And so when he went out there to Buford, the thing is what we're talking about earlier, the EARNIT is what it comes in of earning it because he went out there. His mom, Keisha's a hell of a lady, wonderful parent, single parent, handling things like she handled. She let him get on the bus, drop him off at school. He goes in there. He handles his own business, being on time for the meeting. Yes, sir, no, sir kind of guy. When it's time to line it up, he's going to show you why he's earning it and why he got over 20-something offers as a sophomore coming in to his sophomore year because he's put the time in. His mom let him get on the school bus. His mom doesn't come up and bring cakes to the coaches. He doesn't do anything. And so that's why I got that Buford on today because each of those kids is a kid came from Mark program that's out there that's starting, that's earning it. And when they're going to leave the rec ball program, people got to understand that they're going to go to the coach that doesn't care about anything but his program, getting the SAT scores and getting those guys in school because they have to earn their own merit. Nothing else can save them but them theirself and how they run, how they lift weights, how they're on time for meetings, how they're understanding football, and how they're coming downhill. That's what it's going. That's when you'll see the difference of guys now like Honey Badger. His daddy can drop him off in Wisconsin, and he'll leave and come back. That kid will be starting.
Mm-hmm. So you talk a little bit about the portal. I believe you meant when you said that you was talking about kids leaving and transferring to different teams each year. What do you feel will be the long-term effect of that if they continue that process to change teams every year?
It's just like Nick Saban said, you're trying to find the right fishing pole for the right lake. It doesn't mix. Your fishing pole is going to be your fishing pole. Your lure is going to be your lure. Throw your lure out in the lake, and if you catch some crappie or catch some bass or catch some catfish, that's what you caught. So you have to be able to ready to do that, and parents have to understand that let me put my son in the blender and see will he come out lumpy or will he come out smooth. And so that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to find the right blender so their son can just come out smooth as it possible. Instead of saying, hey, let me put my son in the blender. Let me see if he comes out smooth. Let me see if they come out chunky. Let him fight some adversity.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a couple clips going on here.
You say you got a glitch? Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
For y'all don't know, this College Park round.
No, I see you got a couple clips up here of the game.
Yeah, that kid, man.
Right. You see the passion that they're playing with?
Oh, yeah.
You see the passion, the unyielded passion. That's what we have to get into. Our kids have to understand the passion and accept the moment. Those kids put their pants on the same way they do. So we're looking right here. We're running the zone read.
And then we talk about mobility, right? So Cam he's more of a pure passer. So he's not the mobile type. He's not the one to pick the ball up and run.
Right. He's more like the Jared Lorenzens and what's the big quarterback used to play for LSU a couple years ago? Jamarcus Randall. Jamarcus Randall, one of those kind of guys where you can go 5 wide, 4 wide, but that's the kind of kid he is. And the league is now going to the type of kid that they have at Rare Breed. And that's why Rare Breed is different. So each team have to solidify what their packages are for each kid and make sure that their kid be successful. And that's what I think a lot of things are. See, we come up big, right? 21 right there. He's a man child. He's a man child. He's a man child.
Coach, how many games have y'all played thus far?
I want to say we played about DJ number 7 is a hell of a kid too. His dad does a hell of a job with him as well. I think we want to say we probably played about 5 or 6 games now in preseason.
What's your record?
Ooh, it ain't the prettiest. I can tell you that. It's preseason. I can tell you we got the Falcons preseason record. Like I tell them, preseason is just preseason, but you still have to judge our preseason going into the season. We lost a lot of close games due to I would say camaraderie. We have a lot of people there, and with offense, it takes a little bit longer to gel, unlike defense. You understand what I'm saying? So because you had the quarterback, he's moved out to receiver, Deuce. So he's a jitterbug receiver. He can play receiver as well. He's a hell of a receiver. So then you have Benji that came from Toro. Then you have the Slidell kid that came from Slidell. Then you have a lot of different linemen that transferred in. The Ryan kid that came from the Gorilla team that's over in the other league that's in the, North Henry. He came in. So you got a lot of kids that's trying to gel because if you haven't played together and been battle tested, they're not going to gel. So as we get battle tested each week in and out. Coach Warren does a good job trying to schedule games so he can get the camaraderie down with the kids before September 1st, before we have to line up against in the schedule hits and they got to get ready to play.
Hey, Coach. So last time you came over here, y'all was getting ready to play the RDU, right? And you predicted a win. But y'all didn't get that win. So what do you say for this season? Do you feel like y'all got a chance, a better chance, or a slimmer chance? Like, how do you feel about your team this year?
Well, this year is a different team. It was not the same team as we had last year because when you bring in last season was last season. This season is a new season. So that's the approach that Coach Twan has. It's a new season. You got a new offensive coordinator in. You brought Coach Mann in. That's a new defensive coordinator. I handed the defense over to him. And he's trying to figure out the guys in the scheme that he likes that they can play. I think that he's doing a pretty decent job with what he got. You know as well as I know, defense can't play 90 plays. I don't care if you can have 2,500 Badgers and they can't play 90 plays on defense and be successful. This year, we had some lumps and bruises early. I think the lumps and bruises early will help us now for the later run because right now you have to find the right fit. And that's what they're trying to do, find the right fit for the program.
But hey, Coach, I was at the ABA game just to touch on it a little bit. Do you feel like the refs affect a lot of games, like as far as the outcome?
Yeah, I mean the ABA, they're not as strong as they used to be when we was there. A lot of kids transferred. We had a couple kids come from over there. It's the fact that Hilton is not involved like he used to because his son's in high school and he coached high school. So kind of the talent kind of leaves and the coaching kind of spreads out and leave. That time that we played over at Forest Park ABA, it was a couple close calls. The referee gave them, but I wouldn't really say gave them because I always teach kids, you never let the ref have an effect on the game. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep it close, they have a favorite or homeboy or they like the uniform or so forth and so on. They'll give a holding call or outside penalty call or give them a 2 or 3 seconds more in the delayed game call. But you don't want to have that. So when you just come out and hit folks in the mouth and smash them, you won't have to deal with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. So what's your game that you want to see as far as matchmaking? That's what the show is. So we always ask everybody, what's their dream matchup?
I ain't gonna lie to you. My dream matchup is those Southeast Dallas Wolverines against Sean Moffitt in those Falcon United kids. RDU had a shot at them last year. They're like a Clemson of the league. They're real flashy. Coach K does a great job with them, getting them ready to play. They play at such a high level. You know, they added Coach Ray over there with his son. And but the thing is, the matchups here in Georgia, you'll see it again in the league where you have Falcon United versus RDU again. Then you have Red Reed versus College Park again, where I think this time College Park will come up victorious because of the miscues they had the first game. And the first game we played them, we ended up playing only 20 minutes running clock. Everybody else played full game. We ended up playing a 20-minute running clock, 20 minutes.
Let me ask you about the running clock, because I already said for those who watch this show, I don't agree with running clock. I really don't say it's a regulated game, because like if you passing the ball by default, the clock's supposed to stop.
Right.
But if it's running, you know, maybe you might need that extra time to get them motivated and before they actually find their their flow of the game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it steals from the kids when it's running clock. You know, then also I don't think that it helps them get better in this aspect. Last Saturday, you know, I went to a tournament, everything was running clock, but then they only probably ran a piece, probably like 10 plays.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything, it continues to run. So I just want to know your opinion on running clocks.
I think it's good for preseason games. Running clock, I think that's good for preseason games. But they at least got to give them 2 20-minute half preseason games. You can't, you DT hit us with the 20-minute session, then so forth and so on. I would just call it, baby. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. Are you on the phone? All
Hello?
right. Somebody had a question in the comment section.
I'm listening.
Go up to Micah. Go down. He says, oh no, I already read that one. Yeah, it was about the ref. He said, have you ever had a problem with the ref?
No, I don't. Coming from high school, you need them on your team, and so I really wouldn't get back and forth with the refs. I try to get them to be my friends. That's why I keep a lot of Gatorade and Cool on my side. I learned that coaching down in the country, down at Fort Valley, because you know you help a ref out. The ref will tell you, say, man, you know, 67 were holding on that touchdown, but next time, you know, you tell him to get his hands inside, and those kind of things like that work out.
Hey, shout out to Louisville Chargers, man. Every time we have a stream, man, they always in the building. You got at least one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get one of them to come on the show again. Last time I had Say Cool, I might get Man or whoever feel comfortable coming on. I think that y'all all should come on. You know what I'm saying? At least get to practice. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate y'all being in the building. Also, y'all hit the like button if y'all haven't already. If you new, make sure y'all subscribe to it. This is the opportunity to ask Coach any question that you want. You know, I'm trying to see if anybody has something to say.
But the matchups I want to see late in the season, I don't want to see anything early, will be RDU and Red Breed and Falcon United and us again.
It's all 10U, right?
Yeah, 10U. Now, with the 11U coming up, you know, Reggie took a little lump. You know, like I told him, we were sitting up under the tent in Forest Park. I think we saw you that they were playing ABA, and I told him, I say, hey man, you can't win them all. I mean, it's good to lose now early in the season because he was on a 99-game win streak. You know, looking like Nick Saban of the rec ball of the South, and you know, and them Cali guys came in. I went to junior college in California, and people don't get to see a lot of Cali Pac-12 football because we be sleep because they're 3 hours behind. So those guys came, them Duck guys. We played the Ducks down in Savannah just last weekend, and we just have to get it together, man, because we're so much more talented than others, man. We came up short down there 6-7. We tried to kick a field goal where the placeholder shakes it and miss it. What kind of skills have the game to be successful in the next level in college? I answered that question, Micaiah. But we got to do those things there at College Park. Once we get the toughness in us, I think we'll be all right. The answer Micaiah's question is that the first thing that a recruiter is going to do is stop by the counselor office to see, do you have the grades to get in my school? Because guess what? You can be a 5-star receiver. If you don't have the grades to get in, there's nothing you can do. I recommend the same thing I learned at Creekside working on the Coach Downs, where you're going in your sophomore year, where you take your SATs going into your sophomore year. So you just have a score on the board. Even if you don't have the correct score, you have a score. And that's the difference between getting offers, so forth and so on. And what I told some guys yesterday at Middle Creek was that we had a football game and said it was up under the tent. And I say, son, today Sunday, did you do anything extra? He was like, nah, coach, we just chilling, on the phone, just, taking tickets and drinking water. I say, that's the difference between the Jimmy and Joe's. Those guys that's the Jimmys, they're going to go in the weight room, get a couple sets in, then come out and still take the tickets. They're still going to get work. And people don't understand that. But all work ain't good work, because once you get to the high school level, a kid may think he's this kind of kid where the coach going to put him where he can be successful. And you got to respect what the coach trying to do for you, son, because he's trying to see you be successful. And that's the difference between rec ball and high school. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, you got to also, coach. You got to talk to the parents, man. That be trying to force the coaches to do what the plays that they want them to do. Like, what message do you feel like they send it to their kids when they do that?
Well, this is what I was in a coaching clinic, and I'm in a minority coaching clinic where you have Coach Tink that have the minority coaching clinic for the black coaches, and it was Mac Brown that came in, and Mac Brown said, I hire a coach to specifically film practice, to watch how he walks, to watch how he breaks the huddle, to watch how he missed balls, to watch how he can't remember his assignment, and remember how he's last or third or fifth or sixth to last in gassers, when that coach have to tell him constantly put his helmet on, put your mouthpiece on. So now when the parents say, hey, coach, why my son ain't doing this? Hey, come here, Mom, let me show you this something. Push play, like I told you. Say, do you see your son? See how he's last? You see how he's not giving any effort? You see how he can't retain the plays? You have to tell him 1,000 times to put his shoes on. I tell him 1,511 times to get ready in the huddle, stop talking. So then the parent can't say anything, because once you put it on film, they can't say nothing but say, damn, coach, you're right. Then they have to get on their son for not doing those things, because when you go to high school, if you're not making the right reads in quarterback, you're not making the right holds, or you're not hitting the right coverage at DBs or D-line, run, stop coverage, you're coming out. Unlike rec ball, they will continue to allow the kid to make missed throws, missed tackles, because we have a buddy system going on.
Yeah.
And once the parent understands, hey, in a minute, the coach at Buford, he doesn't know me or you. He's looking for the right guy. He didn't know KJ. He didn't know KJ from Adam.
Right. He
went out there, played 8th grade football. He's like, oh, this kid, it was this nice kid right here. This black kid coming from where program he come from. He from A-Bay. He trains and do this, do that. And so as he came up through the system, look where he at today. That was 2 years ago. And so
do you feel like the scouting they starting a little earlier now?
No, the scouts are not the high school coaches are they're not really coming out from me knowing a lot of those guys. They'll be walking around the field and watching games, but once you get into middle school ball is when they start to really recruit you. Because right now you're in recreational ball, because half the time, and me and you played football as well, I came up playing running back. I was a running back, I was slender, and once I gained weight, I ended up going to Banneker High School playing guard, playing O-line. You understand what I'm saying? And I embraced being an O-lineman, and that's why I was able to be successful in my college career. But as rec ball, I played running back. I wore number 7, Michael Vick, had the Deion Sandler face mask. But once my metabolism and age caught up with me, I blew up. I became a big guy. And so I had to embrace being a big guy and becoming an O-lineman and embrace being that. And once you embrace who you are, it's going to help you out throughout the course of being a kid as well as an athlete. Student athlete.
How do a player get on the radar, do you feel, as far as for college, college radar?
Working for Rusty Manziel, the picture that you got up, I like the one that you found of me. That was MVP camp that I worked. And kids don't understand, and parents will have to understand too, that when they have the camps, they're only looking for 4 or 5 guys. That right there, if you hear what I said, I work for those guys, and people kind of take my comments into as I'm picking on the kid, or oh, you said that about the kid, Coach Jones. But if I was Mel Kiper, and Mel Kiper say, hey, this kid's over here at College Park, he's not fast, his arms is not as fast, as his legs is not as long as the kid over here at RDU. You understand what I'm saying? The receiver that's at RDU, number 1, he's 6'5", like the kid over at College Park, he's 5'10", 5'11". See, those are different things like that. If I was Mel Kiper, I wouldn't get those kind of responses. But since I'm Coach Jones, people feel like, oh, he's hating on the kid. He's going to say that about the kid. But once they get to those camps, we're only looking for 10 linemen, and it's 60 linemen. They're all pretty. They're all 6'6". They're all 6'5". When they come to quarterbacks, it's going to be 30, 40 quarterbacks. They're only looking for 3.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the running backs, it's going to be 20 to 30, 45 running backs all over the country, from Carrollton, from Ware County, from down the country. But we only can pick 3 guys, and it's a lot of talent out there.
I remember I was getting ready to play basketball for high school, right? And the coach, before he even started, he said, I don't care how good you are, I'm looking for the least amount of issues, right? And what he meant by that was he looking for somebody that's great attitude. He looking for somebody with a high GPA, and looking for somebody that takes the game serious. And I was better than a lot of the players, and I ended up not making the team due to the fact that my grades was lower. They had this other guy who was he was like an honor roll student. He had a 4.0, and that's the main reason why he made the team. But I was way better. So it goes to what E-Class was saying. If you can go back to what he was saying,
when the coaches come visit them,
yeah, he like basically what he was saying. Now this is just to the players. There's just people who playing the game in general. You know what I'm saying? He said you have to have a 2.0 GPA to play for Louisville Chargers. Also, coach visit every player's school, and that's important because when they get that type of development, right, and the coach is showing that they care, and they instilling in them something that they're going to need to sustain a career, a future for the next level, which is college after high school. They're instilling in them, not only is football important, but life is important to you. And in order to be successful in life, these are the steps that you need to take. First, you need to worry about your grades, because if you don't have grades, you can't play. Maybe that may not pertain to recreational, Pop Warner football, but when you go to that next level, your grades, when you're in middle school, your grades are going to have to be up. When you're in high school, your grades are going to have to be up, because you can be the best player out there. And if your grades ain't sufficient, you're not going nowhere unless you go to a junior college. You want to start over, go to a junior college. You still got to get the grades. You know what I'm saying? And work yourself back up. So in order to get it right the first time, make sure y'all grades is up. If y'all don't know something in school, make sure you guys ask for help. Get a tutor. Ain't nothing wrong with asking for help. The only dumb question is the one that's never asked. So just let that sink in. You know what I'm saying? But speak to that, Coach.
The kid asked a question, Coach David, on KJ Bolton, and it's if I can get my phone, there's a couple more kids that came from the inner city that's up there at Buford. That's why they're so powerful right now. They always been powerful, but they now have electrifying guys. When it comes to getting your grades, a lot of coaches want to say, like Honey Badger Dad, he went to black college like me. Me and him would talk black college football, and a lot of other coaches that played that I know. In order to share your story, you have to been through it. I tell a lot of kids, I went to Banneker High School coming out. I had a 2.3, and I didn't take the SATs that Coach Gosa told me to my dad, and I ended up losing out on 2 scholarship offers to Albany State and Morris Brown. I didn't have a lot of offers coming out of high school. We was subpar, but I worked hard and tried to show myself, and Morris Brown offered me and Albany State offered me. So I ended up not taking the SATs on time. I took them late and ended up passing with a 990. But by then, my scholarship was already offered and gone. And so I had to go to Ventura College in California, where it takes you will either get 32 credits to transfer, or you get 36, because 18 to 18, people know the math, that's what you'll get. And so you have to look at the school that you want to transfer to, and you have to make sure that you have the right amount of credits to transfer into the school that they're accepting your transcript from that junior college to get in. And so that I had to take the junior college route because I was a knucklehead and then listen to my dad and then listen to the coach. And so, but the unyielded passion for the game is what carried me there, because when you go to California, you're 16 states across, and if you really love football, you're going to go to class. If you really love football, you're going to take the SAT. If you really love football, you're going to do what your parents ask you to do, because they're trying to tell you what's going on, and you just have to listen. Us as people as a color, or people as a race, or people just kids in general, they do not want to listen. We always had to learn the hard way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, son, don't do this. Oh, that shouldn't have did it. Then it happens. Like, oh, I should have listened. Well, all we're doing is trying to tell you what's best for you, and you have to be able to receive that. That's why you got 2 ears and 2 eyes and 1 mouth, because if you don't take the SAT, you don't go to class, you try to be the class cow, you try to be cool, you're not going to get in school anywhere.
Right. And
the first thing a coach gonna say, hey, son, don't have me on ESPN. Don't have me on ESPN when you're smoking that weed, riding around with your homeboys. That's why, if you know, Georgia has cleaned it up with my buddy Jonas Jennings down there with player personnel, because he's from College Park. He's able to relate to the kids. Say, hey, man, you know, I'm from that life. I done did that, but that's not where it's going on there. You can't ride around here with that weed in the car. You can't ride around with pistols in the car. It's a different day and age. Back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, we might have would have got away with it, but that's still risking your opportunity and risking the gift that God gave you. So you have to have the grades, and you have to be a yes sir, no sir kind of kid, because that's what kind of people they want in their program.
Right. Hey, Coach, David Arnold said, Coach, which kid went up to Buford? I believe they talking about from Rare Breeds, or just in general.
I can look at the page. If you look on Mark's page, it'll tell you. He has them on there. Number, let me see. Let me go to Rare Breed right now. I'll be able to tell you.
And then TJ said, thanks for the information, Coach Jones.
Anytime, man. And that's what I realized with football, man. Montrez Walker. Here you go, right here. Oh, Montrez. You can see him. One of Mark's guys. That's his Instagram. And Montrez Walker, you'll see him. Montrez Walker, a linebacker.
Make sure y'all go to Montrez Walker and subscribe to the page.
He played in the future All-Star game. And people don't realize the future All-Star game is a big game. Players should go to HBCU. Should I answer that question that he has at the bottom? Makai has?
Yeah, go ahead.
Makai, I went to Black College. My roommate played 10 years in the NFL, Dante Curry. You can look him up. When I was down at Fort Valley, Ricardo Lockett, that played for the Seattle Seahawks, number 83, Fort Valley State guy. The list goes long on Frank Walker, number 41 for the Ravens, the cornerback. The list goes on and on, man. The starting running back from the Chicago Bears, that's right now, played at North Carolina A&T. One thing about football, if you can play, they're going to find you. They're going to find you. And once you understand that, HBCUs are good. Any kind of, I'd say HBCU good because I went there and it's like a family atmosphere. The people are going to make sure Shannon Sharp. The list goes on and on, man. When it comes to Black College guys, you just don't never see them. You don't ever hear of them because we play on BET, not ABC. And that's what we always say to Morris Brown. We play on BET, everybody else play on ABC, NBC, so forth and so on. But you have to look at it as, if you love the game, you just want an opportunity. Whether it's at Tennessee State, whether it's at Tennessee, whether it's at Alabama, whether it's at Alabama State. I want the opportunity to play the game. And if you get the opportunity to play the game, that's all you're asking for, is an opportunity to show me what I can do, coach. Give me the opportunity. And if you get the opportunity, God is going to take care of the rest. But you have to do the footwork and the soldier work in order to do that, being on time for class, being a student athlete, because that's why it's called student athlete. I got to go to class, be successful in the classroom, so then I can leave the classroom and go run my head into something and let all the frustration out. But black HBCUs, man, we got a game coming up with Alcorn and North Carolina Central, where Felix Harper, that I coached him at Creekside, won a state championship with him. He's a quarterback there, and he's been player of the year. If you look him up, he had 5 helmet stickers last year on ESPN, and so he was on there at least 5 times, got 5 helmet stickers, because once again, if you can play, they're going to find you.
Hey, before I read this question, I would like to say shout out to Coach Mark, because one of the things that I do see is colleges that's looking at some of the teams, some of the players that he had. They're looking at them young, and I can see why though, because these kids, man, they had the right name for them. Like, they were really rare to the point where, you know, like, they wanted to play older kids. They wanted to play the OG Ducks 14U. And, you know, these kids is huge. When I seen them, I thought Rare Breeze was big, number 99. But when I looked at OG Ducks, man, these cats was huge. You know, and then on top of that, they had Vegas Strong, which was bigger than them. You know, so, and they wanted to play them. So, like, you know, these kids, they was rare. It was very rare, you know, and I could see why certain people will be looking at them and say, you know what, I'm going to keep my eye on them. You know, I'm going to send some stuff out, you know, just to show them that I'm interested. We
got a kid that came in the other day, and he has a motor, man, that runs unphenomenal. Came from ABA. The kid Zion, he's if he keep his head straight, man, he remind me of Aaron Donald. He plays a game like Aaron Donald, very fierce, very nasty. Those kind of old school Ed Too Tall Jones type guy, where he just plays the game physical. And I think that he's a great addition to add to us. He's he will be a 5-star guy coming out of high school if he keeps his head straight. And his mom, and she does a great job with him, as well as his stepfather. You know, they do a great job with the kid. And it's a couple of kids, man. The list goes on, man. The list goes on. We right now it's Rick Ball. I can count off my team. I played the Old National, and probably 3 of us played college football, bro.
Yeah. And Coach, Zion Allison says, who are your top 10 10U players?
My top 10 10U players. Flash, if you have any footage of Flash, I like him. He will start from 1 and go down. Thrasher, Jordan Thrasher is
Flash number 1, Thrasher 2.
No, we gonna say
it ain't a particular order. It ain't a particular order.
We're just gonna give 10 good names of kids. The AJ kid, that's over at RDU. Ray Caden, the offensive lineman, Cato. I don't know the kid's name at number 20 for FU, the linebacker.
Oh, Ryan.
Quan, number 22, the defensive end. Jackson, that's over there at College Park. King, that's at College Park. Deuce Jones, that's at College Park. I sent you some footage of him lately playing receiver. He's an underestimated kid. I'm not saying that because he's my son, but put the tape on. Like you came to him last year. All you do is push play. And once you push play, if you're not a person of hate, you understand a football player. The running back that's at RDU number 21. I don't know where he came from. The kid is a pretty decent kid. 21. You know what I'm talking about?
RDU 21. Oh, Los.
He's a pretty decent kid, right along with 5. It's probably about 15 top kids. Then you got Zion that came from ABA. What's the kid over at RJ? He still can do certain things. The kid that's at Rare Breed, the quarterback.
Rare Breed. Oh
Really?
yeah, I believe number 2.
The quarterback. Who you
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Him, the AJ, the linebacker kid that came from 404. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like at number 13 kids. I got 13 kids already.
For who?
AJ, the kid that was the player of the year, linebacker. That's at Rare Breed.
No, I'm not familiar with him. But
number 9. He's a sleeper. He was player of the year for DT in DT's male big Kuiper board, if you would call it.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen.
Okay, well, you get a chance to put some film on. Like I always tell you, push play.
I gotta add on just a little bit. I know they didn't ask for my opinion, Coach. They all here for you. You know, I appreciate them coming in. You know, it's still appreciated. Make sure I hit the like button too. If y'all new, make sure y'all subscribe. I'm working on getting all the best coaches up here. You know, it's gonna be always informative. But
and one other kid I forgot about. One other kid I forgot about, the receiver for RDU, number 1, Peacock.
Oh, Peacock. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was about to help you out, Coach.
I got I'm got a little older, so I'm like Shannon Sharp. Say, hey, baby, you see I got the Shay Sharp part in my head, baby. You know that black collar drip. You know, so I'm not gonna forget about a lot of kids. It's coming to me as we speak. The MJ kid that's at FU. It's another.
He underrated. Hold on. Let's go back to MJ. MJ, he's very underrated.
Yeah, and it's another kid that's very underrated over there. His name is Ricky, number 0, the little bitty linebacker. He's like a little runt. He's like a damn roach. You can't get rid of him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, he's like a roach. You can't get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a lot of kids, man. But like at the end of the day, when you go to those MVP camps, all the kids I named, and it might be 300 kids. That's all we're picking is 20 kids. That's all we're picking.
Hey, Coach, I mentioned far as the best secondary, right? Secondary backs. Who would you say, far as, like I said, always from your eye test, who you feel like has the best secondary right now in a 10U?
I haven't. They kind of like. They're like old school cars. You have AJ here at RDU. Then you have his buddy Cash that helps him out on the left side. Then you have King on one side. Then you have Man at the other side. Then you have Deuce at this safety. Then you have Flash that's here. And you're moving around. He's trying to help the new guy that came in, number 26 from North Carolina. So it's like they all got different things on each secondary, but we have to put them to test. And RDU scored 14 in the air, or 1 on the ground, 1 in the air against Falcon United. And Rare Breed threw 2 touchdowns against RDU. So right now it's early preseason. We don't know what these guys got to jail. You got a lot of people putting a lot of coverages in. And that's what I don't see, Coach. I'm going to say. When Southeast Dallas played RDU last year, you can put the film on. You can see the coaching. It was 3rd down. They had a nickel package. You seen 2 high safeties come in. You seen guys come off the field. Here in Georgia, we're going to run a 53 tech. Everything. Mm-hmm. You be like, Coach, they're in 5 wide. They're in 4 wide. They're in 10 personnel. They're in 20 personnel. Are we going to still run a 50 to that? But Coach, you can't run a 50 to that, Coach. You know what I'm saying? Or we go to the 4-4. And so people run the 4-4. If you can name one high school team that run the 4-4, I will cash app you $100. And tell me what college team runs a 4-4. I will give you $100 right now. The question from the kids, even the question from you, OG, that's not football. That's not. You don't see nobody run that in the high school. You see nobody run that in college.
Yeah. All right. E-Class said Battle had YNC at IMG Academy. IMG coaches are looking at a few Chargers.
Well, IMG is always looking. They're looking for electrifying guys. people got to understand that football is about the Jimmy and Joes and the guys that's making it look a lot of easier or different. Like we were saying, you can put a lot of guys to Tyreek Hill tape in. That's what they're looking for. Julio Jones, that's what they're looking for. The running back for Alvin Kamara, that's what they're looking for. That's what Alabama's looking for. That's what IMG is looking for. They go get the number one guy out the country, not the number one guy in Georgia or the number one guy inside of 285. They go get the number one guy in the country. And so people have to understand that the difference between electrifying guys and a guy that plays football. And when I say that is that we had a game where a kid called a slant. He got about 20, 30 yards. When I was at Fort Valley, the coach told me, "Coach, we got enough of those guys. He's okay, but he's not worth a full scholarship. Show me a guy that can catch it, and he getting north right now." And so Jay Money is one of those guys. His arm broke right now, but he is one of those electrifying kind of receivers where you can catch it. And AJ, Flash, Deuce Jones, those kind of guys, Peacock. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking for the kid that can catch it and get 15 yards. Even you, as recording, you be like, "Oh, that's a good catch," but I'm looking for the guy that can catch that thing. And he looked dynamic. That's what I like to see.
Sometimes I like it though, because I get a chance to do a highlight for the quarterback. I think the quarterbacks get overlooked a lot.
Right.
Quarterbacks, linemen,
right?
They get overlooked.
Like you were showing the Cato kid a few minutes ago. That's what they're looking for: disrupting the backfield, using your hands, being physical at the point of contact. That's what they're looking for. So the D lineman is going to give you a different highlight tape than a receiver will. The D lineman is going to show you he control the front, MJ, those kind of guys. We have a kid over there at Big Gino. He's a hell of a D lineman. He kind of reminds you of Warren Sapp to me. And people got to understand, when you big like that, go and embrace your bigness. Go and embrace being a big guy. If you notice, a lot of kids say, "Coach, I want to run the ball." Well, I want you to stop the run. Look how big you are. I understand you want to tote the bell, but guess what? You're this size for a reason. And a lot of coaches straight, "Well, okay, Coach, we'll get him since he played D line, we'll give him the ball on the dive." They're not going to do that at Buford. They're not going to do that there. You're going to play guard. You're going to play D line. That's what you're going to play. You're not going to, coach, give him the ball and run so we can keep him happy. They don't care nothing about that up there when you win the championships and you run a program. And that's what people have to realize, where the kid getting ready to go.
Oh, so Sekou and not Man, but the other little cat, the number one, is one of the players that IMG was looking at.
Okay.
Number 99. I'm not too familiar with number 99, but I do know 13 and 1 in 11.
What, at Louisville?
Huh? Yeah, Louisville.
Okay. What's their age group? I don't know how old I've seen them, but how old?
They now 13U.
Right. See, what they got to focus on is when you go to IMG, you're going on, some people paid, some people on scholarship, but you're going on like being a freshman in college at 14. You have a dorm room. I've been down there. They have excellent facilities. So it's more, IMG is cute. IMG is this. But IMG is about business because it's a business deal. Once you get to high school, once you get to college, it's all business. Because that's how they feed their family, off you. And the kids got to understand that. And the parents do too as well. So that's where you find the best knick-knack. That's going to be best for my child. And that's why I say HBCUs are like that, because it's more of a homely feeling. The teacher's going to even say, "Hey, I'm going to call your mom." You know what I mean? Like, you ain't been to class in a couple of days. Like, what's up? So unlike at Georgia, where you just a number and you know what you're trying to do, go to the NFL, go to class and make sure, because I'm on a path to go somewhere.
I'm going to go to this one first, Carter Tuff, because I'm going to read it out. I'm going to lead this one up, Micah P. first. He says, Carter Tuff says, "Can people lose your national rankings if you lose in the preseason?"
And rec ball?
Is it rec ball? I believe he's talking about rec ball.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can, but remember, it's preseason. And so the end result, you don't have Christmas in September. You don't have Christmas in August. You don't have Christmas in November. You don't have Christmas in October. You have Christmas in December. When it's cold and it's time to win, the national championships in January. Early in the season, you can lose. If you notice, Alabama might lose early in the season and still contend for a national championship. So you losing your ranking has nothing to do with your end product after your season hits, your playoff run, your bowl games, so forth and so on. So if you did stumble and lose in the preseason, it's good to lose early in my book as a coach, because I can correct the situation. I can fix the problem that's in my program or up front or my quarterback or running back or my defense. So if you do lose in the preseason, you lose your ranking, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, because Nick Saban, and I know him, and you, if you're an Alabama fan or you're a football fan, you know that you lose early in the season, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's preseason. That's why it's called preseason.
Mm-hmm. And then Micah he says, what's the best high school football team to watch this season?
Chris County, and Langston Hughes. My buddies them over there from Morris Brown, Langston Hughes, and you know what Buford's going to do. I got about 5 good teams that I want to see. Westlake, I say that because they have to beat the Bufords of the world. You can stay inside of 285 and beat Lovejoy, Mundish Mill, Langston Hughes, but you have to beat the Bufords, the Lee counties of the world, just as well as Langston Hughes. And Cedar Grove won't be as tough anymore because the coaches that left, you know, Jimmy went to Arkansas a couple years ago. Then Coach Eldon went down to Chris County, and they're Chris County. And Chris County going to do a lot of noise making this year. Chris County, I like Chris County a lot. I do.
So what you think about the addition with Bowden, with what is it, Bowden? Bowden Walker, I'm sorry. I just butchered his name.
At Cedar Grove.
Yeah, Cedar Grove, Boulder Water.
Well, you know you still got Rashad over there.
Walker.
You still got Rashad.
Yeah.
The number 7 rate athlete in the country. So
you got Chris.
Yeah, you got those guys. So he'll do pretty well. It's going to show with the coaching. Just like you know anything about Cedar Grove, how they beat Milton last year, the year before that, and they beat the white school down in Alabama and Hoover, and they're able to go play against those kind of guys, right? The coaches have left. They have moved on. So coaching has a lot to play with how the kids are put in the right position. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the coaching staff is gone. The head coach went to Arkansas. The other head coach ended up winning the state championship. Now he's at Chris County. He took the whole offensive coordinator staff and the defensive staff with him. And so you got a few key coaches that's still there from the championship squads, like the DB coach. Now he's the defensive coordinator and the head coach. Then you have a guy that never coached, would never been an offensive coordinator. That's now the offensive coordinator. So you're gonna have those woes with those younger coaches because they haven't been there. And once you've been in that shoe, you understand how to pretty much manage or drive that train or that ship.
Yeah. Do you think Bowden Walker will have the same success at high school?
Yeah, he runs hard. He's a hell of an athlete. He's going to have the same success because he worked hard at it. It's not something that's cosmetics. He works hard at it, and he's going to have some good success. But right now, he's playing behind Rashad. Rashad is his senior year. To commit to Arkansas, the number 7 player in the nation. So when he gets his touches, he has to make sure that those touches that he get are very, 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 very valuable. And he got to make something out of each and every opportunity that he gets because he's playing behind the number 7 player in the country.
Right. Put Carter tough here. He said, who do you think is the top 5 teams in the nation in your opinion?
College, high school, or just in general? I don't know.
Are you talking recreation, Pop Warner, or are you talking about high school? All right. Are you talking about 12U?
Oh, 12U. Those OG Ducks.
OG Ducks.
Yeah. The ABA squad, the 12U, they look pretty decent. It's a team that's out of Dallas. I want to say they're pretty good. The team out of Florida, 12U is always good. The Ravens. I don't know any other ones. Those are top four that really.
I gotta stop. I gotta add one.
Add it.
I gotta add it. The Steelers, EMS, East Metro Steelers.
Yeah, East Metro Steelers. And then Falcon United letting you move up to 12 this year.
The Falcons United, they got one. They got a 12U.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost a lot of players. They lost a lot of players, but they just beat ABA just beat FU. Right. A very, very man, that game was eerie, man. It was I felt bad. But they end up pulling it off. It was 8-0. So they still tough. FU is still tough on defense, and they lost to District Height Chiefs. And so so far they not having the best preseason, but like you said, it's just preseason.
Right. It's just preseason.
Yeah, but East Metro, they beat ABA, they beat RDU, they beat some other teams. I think they play in 5 different leagues so far, and they won them all.
Well, that's a blessing, man. They do a hell of a job over there, man. The coach has been working and traveling. I've been watching them on Instagram, following them. He does a hell of a job over there with the kids over there off Cascade. I wish a lot of programs success this year. One thing that I can say that hurt the kids to me is the rec ball accolades. Just let them play and have fun, man, because we're still inside of 285. We don't know what that kid down in Valdosta doing. We don't know what that kid doing up in Dawsonville or Dawson or Athens or those kind of things like that. So I think Born to Compete, Alex, he does a great job at that, man. He does a lot of film. So when the guys are player of the year in his book, he has did his homework. DT, he probably done his homework as well, but it's not to the magnitude of what Alex does. And nothing to take away
him too. I just seen Alex and DT.
Yeah, nothing to take away from DT does, man. He does a great job in the things that he do, bringing the community around and getting those stadiums for those kids to have those kind of games and those kind of highlights at that level. Alex did too. It's to me, it's 2 different kind of guys, but they're doing the same thing. One's on this level, one's on that level, because in every sport we have different levels. Just like North Carolina A&T wins a lot of Black College National Championships in football, right? You don't hear a lot about that, but when you hear Alabama ring at the bell's going to ring, the cowbell's ringing. Oh, Alabama won, Alabama run, but you forgot about North Carolina A&T just won too. But that's the level of the things that they do differently to me.
I think that's the same. I think that's the same with West Coast football in general. They don't get no recognition outside of OG Ducks, outside of what's the other team? Well, I don't know if y'all heard of the Oakland Dynamites, but that's a very historic, huh?
I haven't heard of them.
Oakland Dynamites. That's the team Marshawn Lynch grew up playing with.
Is this team that came to play down in Florida called HIER Air?
Oh no, my nephew played for their team
up in Seattle.
Quarterback
up in Seattle.
Yeah,
trash. Don't you?
Yeah, he played when they played RDU. Are you talking about they'll be 11U this year?
Yeah.
They'll
be 10U. They'll be 10 with us. They'll be 10 with us. If the 9U team came down, now they're 10U this year. Your nephew played for the older group, the 11U group. Yeah,
they play 11U now. He played 11U now. He was 10U.
The 11U pretty decent. I'm talking about the 10U team where they're 9U last year. They played RDU down in Florida for that Generation Next, and they beat them like 40-0. But if you go watch their highlight tapes on YouTube or the air, they're throwing the ball all over the place. I'm talking about looking like, Johnny Manziel and those guys. But when it was time to line it up and Coach K brought those kids down there from RDU, it looked like a Gulf South team against an ACC team. That's just what it looked like.
Badger in here. He says, "What's up, Coach Jones? Is Badger?"
Tell him I said, ooh, woo, woo.
Yeah, what he said too.
Yeah, yeah. Hey man, one thing about football players, man, they know what real coaches are, man, and they know that I bring a different fire and desire with them, and he has a hell of a head on his shoulders, man, and I like him. I've been liking him ever since we started. We had an all-star team. I got a picture of my phone, man, and I'm gonna keep it, man, because at least 10 to 15 of those guys are gonna play on Sunday. And they just those kind of kids, man. And it come from the parent background. And he's a yes sir, no sir kind of kid. MJ kids that way. My son that way. You have the Jonathan over there, that King. He's the same way. AJ the same way. Even though I said he was a Clemson safety last year and compared into Flash to being a Georgia SEC player. See, people get it mixed up. I didn't say he was a Division II player. All I said was you was an ACC guy, and this is an SEC guy. You're still both Division I players, but this kid over here, he gonna come downhill. You're gonna come downhill, but it's gonna be a finesse where you're gonna make the tackle, you're gonna get up and junk and juke. But unlike Flash, you're gonna try to run through your soul, then get up and give you some kind of shine. AJ is gonna make the tackle, where it's a pass, interception, but he's a hell of a kid, he's a phenomenal kid. His dad does a great job with them. Bring them up through the ranks and teach them how to be a real football player and to be a respectable young man to kids. I mean, to adults.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something about Flash, then we can move on. One of the things I do like, I love about Flash and just his upbringing and stuff. One of the things is he prepares for the future. So you can see he prepared like 5 years ahead. One of the things is he you can see that he want to go to Grayson, so he's doing all the stuff. So he set a goal, and now he's basically doing all the things that he needs to do in order to get there. So that's right. One thing that I love and that I see every time, so I commend him on that.
Yeah, and I do too. And that's the reason I have on this Buford shirt, because I pray and hope, because my son played baseball too, and we got some things brewing. And Buford's and Grayson, the two great programs. Maybe him and Deuce can when we played Falcon United last year, Deuce was playing receiver, and this year you can watch it on film. They got Flash over there as well as the safety over top of Deuce, because the respect level that they have for one another. They both know they can take the top off the ball at any point in time. And it's a lot of kids out there that can do that. They can play at that high level. And it's just a work ethic, man. And if people be like, oh, Flash this, I would say Flash that, because just put the film on. It talks for itself. You can hate on the kid or hate on this, and he did dad, and man, push PLAY. Ain't no dad on the field. Ain't nobody having golf. Nobody.
I got Dylan,
the coach.
I got Dylan Turner. He says top 10, 13U real quick. I'm gonna put Duluth at 1. I'm gonna put Duluth at 1.
With that quarterback. I'm gonna put him out there. I like them. I don't anybody else.
They got 2 now. They got the one from he used to play for North Henry, and now he played for Welcome All. Now he played for Duluth.
Yeah, the kid that played with Sean Moffitt.
That's him?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that he brung him home. Like against Southside Ducks, he brought him home. I was like, I've seen this before.
You see how the coaching, they had one quarterback and he really wasn't getting it together. So I brought him another quarterback so we can win the ball game.
Right.
Because ain't no pride.
Right.
Ain't no pride in winning. We got to win the game.
Yep, that's for sure. And then he says, Carter Tuff says, you think ABA will get in the top 10 national rankings this year?
The 12U?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, just keep winning. You just got to keep winning. I can't predict winning. You got to win. It's just like playing golf. If it's a 4-foot putt, hit the 4-foot putt. You got a par 9. You got to hit it, baby. You know what I'm saying? So you keep winning, and God gonna take everything else for you. Don't worry about nothing else. Win one game at a time, whether it's 8U, 9U, 7U, 6U, 4U, 10U, 11U, 12U, 13U, because you're gonna go to high school. Win one game at a time. Don't worry about the scouts. Don't worry about anybody else. Focus on winning one game at a time, listening to what your coach tell you to do. I don't care what tell you to go over there and play with the monkeys. If he tell you to go play with the monkeys, it must be for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? Might sound crazy, look crazy to you, but it's for a reason. So buy into whatever the coach is selling. If it's hot grits, if it's cold grits, if it's cold eggs, buy it. Buy into it. And the Luther will probably take the top off of it and win it. Hopefully ABA can keep it in the city and win it. 11U, hopefully Reggie can repeat again and get off the high horse, because sometimes humble pie is always served. Hot, cold, ice cream on it, syrup on it, pecan nuts on it. He got some humble pie. He's my friend, and we talked under the. He said, "I needed that, Jones. I needed that humble pie. I needed to go back to the drawing board, so forth and so on." 10U is wide open across the country, because we don't know what them Southeast Dallas guys doing. They just beat somebody 100-0.
What? Oh my God! And they won't even let them get to that.
Coach, if you put the film on, you will see the coaching. It was they played Falcon United last year. I wish I had a couple clips we can go to. Next time we'll be able to go to that.
Yeah, I was there.
You can see you was there. It was third down. The coach hollered, nickel, nickel, nickel. The kids was running from the sideline onto the field. The other linebackers were coming off the field. They had two on the roof. They was able to change and work. Here we have to do that. And you know that. It can be 3rd and 17. We still got a 50 front, and we still sitting in the house. He in 4 wide. Like, coach, that's the only thing you talk to kids.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I feel like I honestly feel like Rare Breeze did that this year. So far from what I've seen,
coaching and changing.
That Rare Breeze, they bring different looks and stuff like that.
Once again, the coach played the game of football. You can Google him. This what I got a lot of respect from a lot of people. I'm not talking about anybody. People are gonna say, "Oh, he's this, he's that." Listen, Google your coach. Google him. That'll answer any question you got. Google him. Say, Coach, I was in class, man. I typed your name in Google and nothing came up. What's up? Then you might say, "Hey, Coach, I Googled you, man. I seen you play at Georgia Southern, man. I seen when you wore number 6 this night." Like, yeah, son. You know, and so that's where it comes in that, and parents have to say the same thing. How can this coach get my kid to do something he hasn't done? He has not done that. So how can you tell my kid to do that?
Right.
Just like me being getting on rocket ships and flying rocket ships to Nassau. Coach, you're a school teacher, coach. You don't do that. You don't. I thought you taught math, and especially I thought you was doing this. So how you gonna tell me how to be an astronaut and you've never been an astronaut?
Right. Yeah, they said Rashard Chamberlain, trauma unit played OG Ducks in 2 weeks. Who you got?
Trauma unit.
Trauma unit.
Easy because of the physicality. His son too. Romeo is like a Jalen Ramsey, tall, slender kid, very physical. He just been hurt. He been hurt.
Yeah, he didn't even play. Yeah,
heel spurt. So it's kind of hard to get them feet up on them and run. But trauma unit should be able to just pound the ball and beat. That's what once we pound the ball, we were very successful. And Sean Moffitt is a power guy, and that's what I am. Old school power, counter, fold. Because that's what the league's going to come to. But he also has the running quarterback, so you have to be honest. I can't just fly in there. Because Trey will show that ball, and you'll pull it, and you'll look up, Quan be going down the sideline, a dash from somebody, flash somebody.
Yeah, so we're going to get ready to, wrap up. But one of the things that you said, though, that you want to see, trauma unit play the Dallas Wolverines, which is the team they lost to at the very last second. And I seen it. That was very intense.
Look at the defensive personnel and look at what all personnel they had on the field, and it'll tell you everything.
But yeah, hey man, look, tomorrow we're gonna have Z on. because he want to come back on. So we going to invite him back on. Very personable. He knows his stuff. People was pretty entertained with him. So, we welcome him back. If you ever want to bring your son on, he's always welcome to come on this platform. This platform is basically for the people. And when individuals like certain individuals, I bring them on if I can, so like I'm also looking to get Coach Shine on here. I'm looking to get, pretty much all the coaches. So people can see, the mindset of individuals. So once they understand the commonality of all of them, they will understand that what it takes to make it to the next level. You see what I'm saying? So if all coaches are preaching school and good grades, then the kids will pretty much understand that it's important. You can't get nowhere without it. That's the first step. The grades have to be there in order to, take the step number 2. So anything that you want to say before you leave, Coach?
Thank you once again for the opportunity that you gave me to be on your platform, man. I thank you for just hearing my voice, and I'm going to just be a realist to everything. The rec ball coaches have to understand that to be humble and be thankful that, and I'm thankful that all of them take a lot of time for their families and wives to give back to kids. And people have to realize that at the end of the day, the coaches still have families and wives and children that they're spending their time away from to donate, to vote to your kid. So people have to just be mindful of those things like that and keep those things and understanding that God controls it all. And one thing out to the rec ball coaches, you're not at Buford, you're not at Cedar Grove, you're a rec ball coach. So remain as that. Not getting paid, you're doing everything out of love and passion for the kids. So you can't be arrogant or think you're too high above of a guy that makes $150,000 to win championships, because that's what he does to get kids in school. Your job is to get them to Buford, to get them to school so they can be successful. So they say, hey, man, who was your rec ball coach? Oh, Coach K was my rec ball coach at RDU, man. I learned how to run the spread from him. He was a great guy. How you come off the ball like this, Cato? Oh, I was over there with Coach Sean Moffitt. Okay, Sean, how did you do anything? I taught him how to run power. I taught him how to do certain things like this. Oh, at College Park, how did you run this coverage, King? Oh, because my DB coach showed me how to do this, and that's how I became such a great guy. Deuce Jones, how did you run on your routes like that? Oh, because Coach Trez was my receiver coach, and he played at Arkansas State where he was an All-American. So those kind of things, man, and tell the parents to understand that the coaches are doing it out of love. They're not doing it they're not getting paid 1 red cent. So also remember that and just keep God first, young men. Go to class, be a student athlete, do what your parents tell you to do at all times, whether you want to do it or not. It's for a reason. Be thankful every day that you got a parent and somebody loves you and that somebody want to see you be successful. And I thank you again, Coach, for your opportunity, man. You do such a great job, man, as a black man and doing your thing. I'm very proud of you, man. I thank you for the opportunity that you give me every time that you call my phone and think highly of me, to listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth that God chose me to say. And all the kids that I coach, man, I appreciate you, man, for allowing Coach Jones to work with you and coach with you and give you the best, because I'm going to give you the real, the truth, and where you got to go in life. And my dad always told me, anybody can shoot the bullseye, but nobody wants to hear the truth. You can tell me anything. Oh, ha. No, give me the truth. What I need to do, how I need to do it, and what I need to do to be successful. And God will take care of everything else, man. I thank you.
We definitely appreciate you, Coach. And don't wait so long next time to come back, man.
No, every time you give me an invite, man, we'll talk, man. We'll go again when the playoff time come. If College Park steps up, Coach Twan, get the kids ready to play, because that's what I was telling him the other day on the phone. I say, because I've been knowing him over 20 years, man. I coached him when he was in high school, and he knows the mentality of how games need to be played and how they need to be won. Physical, fast, and pissed off. If your team is not playing like that, that's what's going to happen to you, because Sean Moffitt is teaching his kids to play fast, pissed off, and hit you in the mouth. Same thing as RDU, same thing as Coach Mark. So guess what? Those are the 4 top teams. The ABA over there, they're still struggling, trying to put some things together, but they still hit you in the mouth if you give them an opportunity to. And you saw that when they played us. So that's what football is about. Reggie going to do a good thing this year. Our ABA coach going to do a good thing this year. The Lou coach going to do a good thing this year. In the younger ages, ABA pretty still good. And over at, I like RDU 7U, but I like Hateville 7U with my buddy Coach.
Oh, yeah. I had that game too.
I like that game too. I like Coach. Yeah. He from my same side of town, Old National. He played football back in the days, man, with his son Kai. and he's a real good kid, man. And they went 0-0. They tied up with RDU this year.
Yeah,
you know,
they went overtime. They didn't finish.
They didn't finish because guess what? Fool got a little bit better last year, and RDU let some kids go.
Yeah,
and so he's caught up, and that's all coaching is. And that's what's so beautiful about living in the state of Georgia. It's talent everywhere. It's talent everywhere. But thank you for your time, man. I know you got to get off your platform, but I thank you, man, and you be blessed and keep continuing doing what you're doing on sports, National Sports Chat. It's a great thing that you do, man. I'm very proud of you as a black man to another black man, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it. And then also, man, before y'all head out, if y'all haven't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe. Like I said, this platform is for y'all. You know, the bigger it grow, the more audience you are in front of. So, you know, like I say, it's for y'all. And just subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. Thank Coach for coming on, giving us that insight and that information, man. Thank y'all. We out. Thank you for tuning in, sports family. Also, go to all social media platforms. Link will be in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you.